Hello, and welcome to another video. And today I'm going to be making my own forecast for the election. Uh, well, there was the Mississippi Senate. I'm gonna just go and see what happens. So I'm pretty sure, uh, pretty sure. Oh, okay, so Cynthia Hyde Smith won. Okay, I think that made pretty much sense. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's go back to the main part of the video. So, tomorrow or the day after, I'm gonna be making an election night if Hillary Clinton was president, all the midterms. I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow. I really, I've, it's around 200 slides, almost, so it's gonna be pretty long. But I did make a county map, so that would be good for uh that would be good. I'm gonna now make a forecast. I'm gonna use all of these. So let's start off with states that I could safely put. Only states that I can safely put. If there are some that you might not be sure of, I would just leave them like this. It's not necessarily that they won't be safe. It's just that maybe we could discuss it. Like maybe a Montana, not, or like in Alaska. Okay. So we have 83 Republicans, just like this. Without like these ones are really gonna be safe. There's really nothing you can do about it. California, Hawaii, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, DC, and Maryland. These are all guaranteed safe. So I guess a forecast would be that I leave ones that are leaning or maybe tilt, something like that, like maybe like the percent margin. Uh, I guess. So now I'm gonna go through states that are safe. Just I put them. So I think that after the Mississippi special election, which I was heavily watching last night. I think that Mississippi is gonna become a likely state, maybe by 14%. It's just that it's trending so Democratic. Around 35% of its voting bloc is white. I mean black, and around like another 7%, 10% is other minorities. So then you have like that. It would it just everything like minority votes, and then it becomes likely. It doesn't really need to flip. It will flip in the future, really not in the near future, but in the future. I could see in my forecast Mississippi going likely. I also see South Carolina going likely. It went for Trump by 14.7%, but it's trending so Democratic. It got one House seat. The governor election there was likely. It's just becoming, it has a higher minority population, higher Democratic population, and a lot of people are just trending Democratic. It's gonna flip around 2040, 2036, 2032, maybe even 2028. I don't. It's something like that, but it's gonna be very close race. And Indiana, I'm gonna make safe. It is been good. Like Republicans have done good in the midterms here, losing any seats and winning by 6 points and then wavier in the Senate here. Missouri, same thing. They were able to pick up, and nothing really bad happened in the House. So I'm gonna keep this. This is safe. And Washington. I really do see Washington becoming likely. Maybe around 13%. Washington is just trending more and more Republican. It will flip around the same time that states like South Carolina and Mississippi flip. But Oregon is the one that I really care about here. Republicans didn't lose anything here, and they did make one race competitive, kind of. And in the governor race, they were able to really tie it down. They only lost it by 7%, and it will probably flip in the near future, around the time where South Carolina flips. Alaska, really, the House race was pretty close. Yeah, but that's because it was an incumbent. That's right. That's been the same one for so long, and it still did go to the Republicans. But in the governor race, Alaska did uh, Alaska did go to the Republicans pretty handedly, especially when there was an incumbent independent that could really appeal to Republicans. He was able to split the votes between everything, but Republicans still won. And in my forecast, I would move New Mexico into the safe column. New Mexico has nothing to do with Republicans anymore. It is totally out the window. It's a very high minority population, Latino population, and New Mexico will be safe. Even though it did go for content only by 8%, it's gonna have a significant change after the midterms. The midterms, Republicans lost all their seats in the House, which was one. They lost in the state legislature. Now they are the minority in all of New Mexico legislature, and in the governor race they lost almost safely, and even in a race for New Mexico, even when they had a New Mexico Senate race, Gary Johnson was not able to win, and Martin Heinrich was able to win, even when when Gary Johnson was taking votes away. New Mexico is just gonna become very, very democratic. It is a very good place. It's a place with a lot of sanctuary cities. It is a place that a lot of legal immigrants would actually like. And I'm not saying that they would vote, but if they become legal, of course they would vote. They'd be grateful. New Mexico, really, I don't see that changing. Only when there's another big demographic trend, which won't happen in our lifetimes. So Colorado, I see this on my forecast going likely. As you guys know, Jared Poole is the first openly gay governor ever elected, won by 9 points. And this is a place that's right next to Utah, which is a heavily Mormon area. And it's and there is a small Mormon population in Colorado. A lot, and it's kind of weird. Colorado used to be safe Republican. Now it's gonna change. It changed in the House, and now it changed in the governor. It's gonna change in the Senate. I predict, at least. And Nevada. This one's just likely. Nevada's just likely. It went by 5 points to Jackie Rosen. 5 points. Before that, it went by to Hillary Clinton. Then in the governor race, it went by around 4.5% to Steve Sisolak. And that's really a lot. And with even more demographic trends, and with Carson City in Las Vegas getting more and more democratic, it's really not gonna be competitive, which is something bad for Trump. Because just look at this. If the Rust Belt just all goes to Trump, all the Rust Belt goes to Trump, and like everything else is filled. And imagine that Trump's only pathway would be like carrying New Hampshire and the 2 districts, and then he doesn't get over the top. So there's no other way for Trump to win without Nevada nor the Rust Belt. Those are his only ways to win. And now that Nevada is out the window, that's something that's very bad for Trump. So we need to keep an eye on that. In Texas, I'm gonna put that as leaning. Texas will be a pure toss-up. I'm gonna save a different state for that. Texas, we all know what happened. In the House, Democrats gained 2 seats. And in the Senate, Republicans only won by 3 points, almost around the 2.9% margin. O'Rourke was a very good candidate for Texas, not as his policy, just for how he could appeal, like how he was able to get voters and like donations, not in the sense of his politics. Like, I'm not taking that into consideration when I call him a good candidate. But he was very good, and it just shows a demographic trend in Texas. And I do see Texas flipping in 2024 unless somebody like Nikki Haley runs. And Arizona, I want to leave that as a pure toss. I really don't see it going for the Republicans. Nor the Democrats. It's going to be like really close, one of the closest races. Because Sinema won by 3 points. And now Democrats have a majority of House seats in Arizona. I do think that Arizona's gonna be a toss-up. It really does now depend on the candidate for who wins. But the good news is that Nebraska's 2nd district is leaning, I guess, for Republicans. It did do. Republicans won the seat in the House, and they did good in every other race here, like in the Senate, and the governors, I think. So they did do good here. But I'm gonna make a call. I put Iowa and Ohio as likely, but we all really do know why. They were very Republican, and the only 2 arguments for each one is one for Ohio. Sherrod Brown won here, but it was under double digits, and this was where Sherrod Brown was winning significantly in polls. He was supposed to win by a safe margin. It was almost a lean margin. And Jim Renacci wasn't that good of a candidate, as opposed to Sherrod Brown being a very good candidate. And Democrats like Trump. And it was a midterm, and not a lot of Republicans did vote. Sherrod Brown was kind of a conservative. He could appeal to Republicans. But on the national stage, Ohio and Iowa will be likely. But Iowa people would say the House would where Republicans lost 2 seats, but uh, two, but Iowa was part of the blue wave, which was a thing in some areas of the country, and I would give Iowa still to him. A lot of Democrats vote for Trump, and that's why. I'm gonna have to go through quickly. Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware. New. And we pretty much know Virginia why. This video is kind of getting long, so I'm sorry. A pure toss-up would be Florida. As of today, not Georgia nor North Carolina. Illinois is safe. New Hampshire is pure toss-up. Maine at large is pure toss-up. And Rust Belt is a pure toss-up. Sorry I couldn't explain the last few states, but this would be my forecast. We have 216 Democrats to 220 Republicans. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.